Right, well, thanks so much for inviting me to do a brief speech. I'd love to do this off the cuff, but I can't remember things. Who knows? Here we are. So, apologies in advance. I didn't really have time to prepare this speech, so I had this one written for me. A very good friend of mine helped. So I can't be held responsible for any of the content within this speech. So please, take care. So let's start with, okay, well, the previous speech here, so much. Following on from that, I thought I'd then be following on from Dan and Nick, but obviously I've changed things. So, here we go. So let's start with the formalities. Good afternoon, everyone. I've been asked to say a few words. I've also been asked to keep it brief. This will take long. So, who have we got here today? Matt and Charlene. Oh, sorry about that. Charlie. I can't read his glasses. Okay. Now, a lot of you know the couple. You've got friends, family. Well, let's just go over a little bit of history, shall we? And how did Matt and Charlotte actually get together? That's got a question, actually. It is a question. You don't have to answer it. I'm going to do it for you. So, basically, they were previously friends. Lots of couples start life as friends. And they were very good friends. And they did happen to have some other friends who were at the side, but respective partners. But as time moved on, relationships moved on, things changed, they became a couple. And the previous friends also became a couple, so I understand it. So that's really a win-win situation for everybody. Don't you think? Yeah. Right answer. Okay. Now, going back in time, Matt introduced Dawn and I to Charlotte Tomlinson, who I soon took to. Okay, quite affectionate. I thought a lot of Charlotte, and I referred to her in his nickname, Tomo. Charlotte Tomlinson. It was quite nice. But that endearment didn't really stick, because our Matt came along, and as obviously in love, we got a little pecking out for each other. So I couldn't compare with Matt's alternate endearment, which was boss And more recently, I often get Charlotte the boss. Very affectionate. Now, like all couples over the years, they've had their ups and downs, like we all have. That's life. And they've always managed to sort things out and resolve them. Once Matt has managed to get a word in edgewise. Right. Now Matt is always very active. He enjoys his camping, fishing, cycling, and then concentrating on his judo skills. When he went through the ranks, he was supported and encouraged by a leader and coach, a very close friend of theirs, Greg Lewis, who's not here at the moment, but I do believe he's with us later this evening. Also look forward to seeing him. Now, although Matt has been very adventurous, and he's taken a lot of risks, having said that, he was very careful and he's been very selective. And his ethos in life is try before you buy. Hence, this is not a whirlwind wedding, this is not a shotgun wedding, but it's one that will be tried and tested and has all the hallmarks of success and quality in the future. And Charlotte, like our Matt, is also very active. She likes shopping, she likes buying clothes, especially shoes. And you might be surprised to learn that Charlotte actually, she can be somewhat shy and reserved. She can. But all that changes with the help of Prosecco. Now, as you all know, as Ian mentioned, the plans for a dream wedding was to be in Cyprus. However, that was not to be. Due to the unfortunate worldwide pandemic, which affects everyone in different ways. So I thought that plans have changed, So to organise the wedding now in the UK, rather than overseas, will be less problematic and will be less stressful. But no. Charlotte was determined not to miss out on the stress levels and made sure that she always had something to complain about. So as I attempted to help, I attempted to mediate and assist the best I could. I was often confronted with a defence statement, which always started with, "To be fair," and then I knew it was time to back off. So now we have a new official, Mr. and Mrs. Klaus. At this point, please raise your glasses and congratulate the newlyweds, Matt and Charlotte Klaus. Moved on. Things changed. They became a couple, and the previous friends also became a couple, so I understand it. So that's really a win-win situation for everybody. Don't you think?
Yes, Paul.
That's the right answer. Okay. Now, going back in time, Matt introduced Dawn and I to Charlotte Tomlinson, who I soon took to. Okay, quite affectionate. I thought a lot of her, Charlotte, and I referred to her initially as little nickname, Tom. Charlotte Tomlinson. Pretty obvious, really, but it was quite nice. But that endearment didn't really stick, because our Matt came along, and I was obviously in love, they got little pet names to each other. So I couldn't compete with Matt's own term of endearment, which was Boz-Eye. And more recently, that often gets shortened to Boz. Very affectionate. Okay. Now, like all couples, over the years, they've had to have their ups and downs, like we all have. That's life. And they've always managed to sort things out and resolve them. Once Matt has managed to get a word in edgeways. Right. Now Matt has always been very active. He enjoys his camping, fishing, cycling, and then concentrated on his judo skills. But he went through the ranks, and he was supported and encouraged by an eminent leader and coach, a very close friend of theirs, Greg Lewis, who's not here at the moment, but I do believe he's with us later this evening. Also look forward to seeing him. Now, although Matt has been very adventurous and he takes a lot of risks, having said that, he was very careful and he's been very selective. And his ethos in life is try before you buy. Hence, this is not a whirlwind wedding, this is not a shotgun wedding, but it's one that will be tried and tested and has all the hallmarks of success and quality for the future. Now Charlotte, like our Matt, is also very active. She likes shopping. She likes buying clothes.
Don't make you a bad person.
Especially shoes. And you might be surprised to learn that Charlotte actually, she can be somewhat shy and reserved. She can. But all that changes with the help of Prosecco. Now, as you all know, as Ian mentioned, the plans for a dream wedding were to be in Cyprus. However, that was not to be, due to the unfortunate worldwide pandemic, which affects everyone in different ways. So I thought that the plans have changed. So to organise the wedding now in the UK, rather than overseas, will be less problematic and will be less stressful. But no, Charlotte was determined not to miss out on the stress levels and made sure that she always had something to complain about. So as I attempted to help, I attempted to mediate and assist as best I could. I was often confronted with a defence statement, which always started with, "To be fair," and then I knew it was time to back off. So now, we have the new official, Mr. and Mrs. Klaus. At this point, please raise your glasses and congratulate the newlyweds, Matt and Charlotte Klaus.
Matt and Charlotte Klaus.
I could actually finish there, So, a few statistics now. There are, as of earlier today, 5,704 people with the surname Klaus living in the UK. Not many people know. So now we've got 5,705 that Charlotte's added to the list. Another fact. Out of every 1 million people in the UK, 90 have the surname Klaus. Now the surname Klaus was first found in the polls in Yorkshire in 1379. It's an Old English word, close, and it's actually referred to as a worker in a farmyard. So, we know a respectable couple, Mr. and Mrs. Klaus, who originally descended from the farmyard to the elegant members of society, working professionally in the education sector, positively influencing the children and the youth of today. That's great. So, both Matthew and Charlotte, both leading by example, apart from Charlotte's moving problem, I'm confident that they will continue to thrive in both the relationship and the careers. So, it just remains for me to propose one final toast for a happy and prosperous future to Mr. and Mrs.
Thank you and apologies. I'd like to thank Charlotte's dad and my dad for the lovely speeches. I'd also like to thank you all for joining us on our special day. But I'd also like to apologise for the deposits lost within TUI, and Grecian Park, which we feel somewhat responsible for. Today has been a long time coming, and I'm sure Charlotte will agree. However, third time lucky we're here today. It wasn't the wedding we had originally planned for, but I'm a believer that everything happens for a reason. For example, the way that we got together was never planned, but our paths accidentally crossed. Some would call that wife swap, as what's just been said there. We are both honoured for you to stick in with our plans and for being a part of our special day. Unfortunately, due to restrictions, our family in Japan couldn't make it, but we hope to celebrate with them as soon as possible. I would like to say how lucky I am to be married to such a stunning, wonderful and caring person who puts others first in everything she does. I feel very fortunate that our paths crossed and can't wait to continue on our journey together. It's also great to have this moment to speak, as usually I can't get a word in. As individuals, we are very different. Charlotte is fueled on wine and Prosecco, and I'm on rum and coffee. I'm tidy, and Charlotte is somewhat untidy. But as they say, opposites attract, and I think this is a prime example of that. And every good man needs a good woman to support, and in this case help with my admin and incoming calls. I'm so pleased that our love blossomed and I enjoy all our time together. Whether it's sitting at home being forced to watch Love Island, or going to the local pub, the Green Man, to see family and friends. As much as we are different, we have a similar outlook. I may never be financially rich, but I'm rich from being with a great individual that supports me every single day. To the new Mrs. Close, my wonderful wife, I love you to bits. Today has happened because of Charlotte. She has organised pretty much everything, and in most cases I've been a hindrance rather than a help. You are the love of my life and my best friend. We've been together for over 10 years, and in that time you learn a lot about someone. They become as much a part of you as another person can be. Charlotte is my best friend, my inspiration, motivation, and knows me better than I know myself. I hope she knows that she looks amazing, but most importantly, I hope she knows that I'm going to do the best I can for her, for now and always. I'd like to raise a toast to my magnificent wife, Charlotte.
To Charlotte.
It's my turn to cry now.
No.
The wedding wouldn't have been able to take place without the support of our family and friends. I'd like to thank Charlotte's parents and family for welcoming me into their families, but more importantly raising such a caring, outgoing and lovable individual. I'm sure raising Charlotte wasn't easy, particularly when it came to driving test number 8. However, Charlotte's dad didn't lose courage and still persisted to go out with Charlotte so she could spend more time behind the wheel. I would also like to thank all our close family and my mum and dad for raising me into this outstanding individual, supporting me with everything that I've done. They've been fantastic role models most of the time. They've been nothing but supportive with everything from being a taxi service to judo to sponsoring my many hobbies in my younger years. I wouldn't be the carp fisherman I am today without their guidance. We are both very lucky to have such a great supportive group of family and friends that support us in everything we do. In the wider world, we have adders and dividers, those that add value and those that take away. In planning our wedding, we've had to be very selective, and therefore we've only invited those that really add value to our day-to-day lives, from being a great friend through the highs and lows, and I'd like to thank you for positively impacting our lives in some shape or form. I'd also like to personally thank individuals that have played a key role, to include G helping with table plans, Claire making the cake, to Yvonne providing the sweetie table, and all those that have helped with all sorts of tasks and challenges. Thanks also go out to the venue, photographer. I did put a videographer there, but I'll have to cross that out. Particularly in organising and being accommodative in such a short space of time. I'd also like to thank the bridesmaids, Gemma and Holly, for supporting Charlotte with all planning, dilemmas and being an overall great friend. We can't also forget our wonderful flower girls, Darcy, Florence and Drew. Thank you for being a part of our special day. Hopefully that's all of the thanks. If there's anyone that I've missed off, this is your time to put your hand up.
Claire?
I said it, didn't I?
No.
No, Gemma and Holly.
Oh, sorry. No. I'm going to blame that on dyslexia.
You needed extra time.
Charlotte, it's the first time I've seen it. First one is flowers for the monks. So the next one is for father of the groom. Next one is for the best men. so Dan and Nick. And for the flower girls, so Darcy, Drew and Florence. And the final one's for G.
Me!
And this one's for Blair.
For those who don't know what's on next in these down, we want to apologise in advance for the next 5 alternates to be done. So, after doing some research, we have found the best man's speech should last as long as the groom does makeup. So on that note, I'd like to raise a toast to the bride and groom. Only joking, man. It should have been about 5 seconds ago.
The day has gone beautifully so far and everyone's played their part. Gorgeous bridesmaids. The adorable flower girls and handsome best men. No sticks to a plan. The great families and of course the stunning bride Charlotte. Charlotte, you are the best person in the world. It's an inside joke.
And a final thanks needs to go to everyone else who has come out to support Matt and Charlotte on the wedding day, even on a Tuesday. There's no better way than out a guest list than a midweek wedding.
So on behalf of the whole wedding party, I'd like to thank Matt and Charlotte for asking us to be involved in the most important days of their lives. I know they both put a huge amount of effort. Charlotte's put the effort. Making this day happen.
Okay, right, with the nices out of the way now, it's time to roast the groom. Matt has asked to talk about what a great guy is, so I can honestly say he is handsome, brilliant, funny. Sorry Matt, I can't read your writing. Next time you do a speech, you should just like to allow us to start.
The actual truth about Matt is he's a really decisive person. As you can tell, 2 best men. Matt is always living on Matt time. And just to give you an example, going to the gym, he says he's going to be an hour. 3 hours later, it's Matt time. Going out for a few drinks with work, a couple of hours. 6 AM next day, he rolls in, Matt time. Even soaking in the hot tub, 3 hours later, coming out like an old man's children present, Matt time. Matt also is very patient. He waits for fish, continues waiting for fish. he waits a very long time for fish. Never comes. He even waited a whole extra year for today, playing something called COVID.
So as mentioned, Matt is a keen angler. Not a good one. But plenty of time to put into it. I think we all can agree his best catch ever is Charlotte. Gotta get that one in there. Thanks for the 59 pound jacket. Matt, as you know, is currently a teacher. On occasion, it took us a little by surprise. When we look into his past anyway, I have a vivid memory of Matt opening his geography, white as a sheep. When he was questioned what happened, he informed us whilst driving Sarah's car, he had run over an innocent 13-year-old boy who subsequently had to live the rest of his next 6 months without any front teeth. Matt's watertight defence was the child had no brakes on his bike and Matt had him slow down. I really thought that you'd run to all the defence like that, mate.
The kid's still receiving psychiatric help from this. Matt's also a very laid-back bloke. If he was any more laid-back, he would be lying down. He was so laid-back, we were convinced that Charlotte was going to have to wait for a leap year. But eventually, due to peer pressure, ladies, he did the right thing. Now, Paul's already sort of pushed on this subject of how Matt and Charlotte first met, so we're just going to go into a little bit more detail. They were on a double date with unmentionables. We would like to say it was love at first sight, but they just mixed up their car keys. Charlotte ended up being stuck with Matt. So your main lesson here is, if they invite you on a double date, keep your car keys in your pocket. Unless, you know, you're into that.
Over the years, I've learned many things from Matt. How to skip full-time education and play pool all day. His unique management style, being a car park manager at Saint for 5 years. Although the biggest lesson would be to check my towel next to my share room with him. That's right, when I first ever last holiday in 2008 to Cavos, Matt suffered with a condition that can only be classed as Cavos cracks. Let's just say toilet paper in Stavros Apartments wasn't quite Andrex quality. And for most of the holiday, we used my towel instead. Something I never found out until the last day of the holiday. No wonder the lads would be wide berth on that holiday.
Ollie tells us that's not the only reason they get more work. Not all of you will know this, but when Matt moved into Charlotte's flat, he didn't tell his mother. I'm not sure she knows yet.
Still at home.
You are the one, girl, and you know that it's true. I'm feeling younger every time that I'm alone with you. We were sitting in a parked car, stealing kisses in the front yard. We got questions we should not ask, but how would you feel if I told you I loved you? It's just something that I want to do. I'll be taking my time, spending my life, falling deeper in love with you. So tell me that you love me too. summer as the lilacs bloom. Love flows deeper than a river every moment that I spend with you. We were sat upon our best friend's roof. I had both of my arms round you, watching the sunrise replace the moon. How would you feel if I told you I loved you? It's just something that I want to do. Taking my time, spending my life, falling deeper in love with you. So tell me that you love me too. We were sitting in a parked car, stealing kisses in the front yard. We got questions we should not ask. How would you feel if I told you I loved you? It's just something that I want to do. Taking my time, spending my life, falling deeper in love with you. Tell me that you love me too. Tell me that you love me too. Tell me that you love me too.
What I said about the tune, you might admit that this is a tie anyway. I've got one more bit now. We're going to do